Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire. In the last episode we went through the first part of Hasongo and now we are going to the second part and hopefully wrap it up in this episode. So what we need to do is we need to go back to the dining hall. And from here we actually can exit this door. We should stealth, because there are mobs nearby. Alright, so yeah, there's a bunch of mobs down here we want to avoid. So we went from this place up across this rope and then into this kitchen area. And we swam along to this area here, the dining hall. So what we want to do now is we want to... Let's just go up here for a second. There's some stuff up here.
It's mine now.
And nothing, I don't think there's any mobs up here.
I have an intelligence.
Yeah, there's just some stuff here. Some grenades. I don't know, I think my ranger is the one that can use the grenades. Alright, let's get down here. Stay stealth. I'm not quite sure what's along this area. So, there's a shortcut here. You can actually scale this up here and get to the very top, which will take you straight to lighthouse.
Sure.
But it does require a lot of athletics to get there, and like 12 or 13 athletics for every party member, or they suffer a injury. So it might be worth it to do that. It might not. Also, you can go up here and go around as well. This will take you to the Hasongo's house, or the leader of this outpost, his house. But we're gonna go the fun route. There's some guys here. Let's just take this guy on. And then everybody else can follow.
Hey there.
Let's drop some mobs here. They'll probably die before I get this fired off. Yeah.
What can I do you for? I guess this is it.
Come on, guys. Why aren't you automatically attacking? Another bear too. Yep, they're all done. that was actually pretty fast. Alright, so we do have Hasongo Workshop Records. This is not really important. We have a lot of these swords. These swords will actually sell for quite a bit. And these bows as well. These Naga bows and swords will sell for a decent amount. So after this visit to Hasongo, you will get a good amount of cash from that. Alright, so let's grab some of this. Let's talk to this guy. This is the guy's workshop. An older man hunches over a work table, scribbling furiously by the light of a flickering lantern. His hair is an oily, matted mess, and his cheeks are streaked with black. He looks up as you enter, shielding his eyes from the torchlight behind you.
Slave sphincter, those snakes were noisy.
Slave's sphincter.
I don't suppose you brought any extra parchment with you?
What are you doing?
I'm writing it all down. My research, my work, something to survive before the next walk-in colossus, the next Naga warband. Do you need something? If not, I should focus. So much to do.
Zuraya told me you had an explosive shell for bombardment.
Only one. Just a prototype. In there.
He points to the chest against the wall, so probably this right here.
You're welcome to it. I only ask that you compile notes on the blast radius, detonation temperature, smoke formation, debris trajectory.
No thanks for that. Let's see, how do I get to the lighthouse?
How indeed. Naga everywhere. Suppose your best chance will be up along the walls, west and south. But how to get there? Better perhaps to keep going south, around the edge of the fort, through Fleet Master Ko's office. More cover from the Naga.
There are survivors holed up in the docks. I can help you reach them.
Safety in numbers, eh? A comforting illusion. Let the others have it if they wish it. I must see that my work survives.
Okay, farewell. Alright, so let's get this ammo. Explosive shell. And arquebus. Alright. So we have the shell. Let's go back to the bombard. So it's stealth for sure. You don't want to get that group here. It's not hard. So we could take that group on out there, but you don't get experience from killing things. That's not how this game works. Let's go to the kitchen. Typically do avoid combat if I can. There's some looters here. You could, usually these guys are guarding stuff that's worth grabbing. We may go and fight them. Okay, so let's get in here. Let's get the bombard cannon moved. Alright, so let's turn it towards the cluster of Naga. Your tribed's stuck. Looking down, you notice the gears attached to the rotating platform are rusted. Let's rub some cooking fat into the gears. Alright, so it's all greased up. Aim it at the cluster of Naga. It does require mechanics. And we have a lot of mechanics on Edar. Alright, load bombard. And let's fire it off. Alright. Okay, so we did take that down that group there, which is really the only group we need to actually fight. The large group we have to fight. Like I said before, we could fight this group here if we wanted to. You don't get experience for fighting. Let's just grab this stuff here.
I know what I'm doing.
Alright, so I think it might be better if we go this way. So let's just do that.
Good thing I saw.
Yeah, it's just gonna be just kill him.
I'm gonna need a bigger weapon. Have some of this. Yup. Next time, challenge me.
Alright, there's gonna be a little fight over here. I'm gonna stealth. And then we'll attack. There's some stuff here. Yeah, we'll attack this guy here and these archers.
Ready? Might want to cover your eyes.
Sorry, friend.
Cheating somehow.
After him.
Yeah, let's have you go back a little bit. Alright, you can go forward. Actually, I'm gonna pop Sworn Rival because that'll give me a bonus to armor. Where are you going?
Sorry, friend. I can't.
Might want to cover your eyes.
Alright. Next.
Let's do this.
Take you. Yup.
Ha! It's immune? Oh, that is so cheap.
Okay, I think it's all of them.
do what I can.
Ready. Ready.
Okay, I don't think there's anything in here worth grabbing. There's a dog. You can get this dog. Dog watches as you approach, his ears forward and head cocked.
Uh-oh. We got a ferocious beast watching us. And he looks like he's got a very itchy belly.
Beckon the dog to come with you. Takes a few tentative steps towards and sniffs your hand. He lowers his head under your fingers and looks up at you expectantly. Scratch behind his ears. Alright, he's gonna come with us, so in dialogue. So he gives us a bonus to stealth, and also party-wide effect is okay. So it converts hits to grazes. It's a defensive pet, and +8 maximum health. Yeah.
Ready. Ready.
All right, so we can go out here. There is a troll. If we go down, here's a troll and a couple of Naga. It's not really worth fighting them. Let's just go this way. This little stairwell, and then we get to the lighthouse. So we didn't have too many encounters. And if you went the quicker way, where you avoid the bombard tower and everything like that, just scale this wall. You could do a grappling hook as well. There's only like one fight that you have to go through, so either way you're gonna fight something. Okay, the lighthouse. Lighthouse is quiet, but for soft, sibilant whispers, there's a repetitive incantory quality to them. Yet as you cross the threshold, an old Naga with skin like cracked leather breaks off. He swivels to face you, bearing one broken fang.
The sea-striped fiends send you to uproot the tree of the gods, yes? Their blasphemy knows no bounds. Go! Carry a warning of what you have seen to the other shufflers.
I need to approach the Adra.
Fool! See what the impiety of the sea-striped fiends has wrought. The sand-striped shufflers know better. But you others come. Smooth-toned or furred or sea-striped, with blasphemous hunger. Now, foreign ones dig at these roots, and the deep hunter is with us no more. Now, the gods return to rain their punishment on these islands. Again.
You're saying the gods have brought ruin on Deadfire before?
That shufflers must not disturb these roots. Do your stories say nothing of the many disasters? Of the shuffler nests washed away like foam? Many generations ago, the sand-striped ones built great hives across the islands, and bastions around the Adra roots.
Sandstriped, you're describing the Hawana.
Their ancestors, yes. Their meddling displeased the gods. So the gods smashed their works with heaving volcanoes and crashing waves.
How could you know this?
Our ancestors hid deep where the waters quenched the fires and muffled the storms. They remembered while shufflers scattered. Now, the shufflers build again. The gods see. They will tear them all down.
I'm a watcher. I can restore the Adra if you'll just let me near it.
If your fat tongue speaks true, then give us proof.
What would you consider proof?
I tell you, thick tongues lie. Forked tongues do not. If what you say is true, then surely you can speak with the dead. I will believe your words, only if I hear them from the tongue of my own people.
Pull Yanas's soul into here. Here, this, Sagan. Yanas's bright, wispy form appears. The other Naga pull themselves into tight, fearful knots. Only Sugan cranes himself forward, his head cocked.
Sugan.
Sugan, I found the way.
Emotion pulses through her essence, crackling in the ether.
Yanis, you died. We saw.
The way became dark, but this one brought light.
She turns briefly to you, but Sugan's mouth rigid in a broken fanged grimace.
We will kill the shuffler and free your soul, Yanis.
Just listen to her, Sugan. Yanis turns to Sugan, hissing angrily.
Do old scales cloud your eyes? The shuffler glows like the Godwalker, like the way.
She looks toward the dull Audra vein. Sugan and the others follow her gaze.
She will open the way.
Yanis points to you just as she begins to disappear. As the last of Yanis' essence faded back into the in-between, Sugan regards the Audra vein, calculation flickering in his eyes. At last he turns his guarded gaze on you.
The gods give you power, yes. But is it enough? Approach. Restore the blessing of the gods to the Audra.
Okay, so if you do fight this group here, you can get a really good weapon off of him. It is possible.
Something I can do?
Alright, so let's just touch the Audra and see what happens.
As your hand touches the dim Audra, you feel the same cool, pricking sensation that you did when you touched the pillar near Port Mage. You concentrate on the pillar. The world around you swiftly falls away, leaving only the vast emptiness of the in-between. The Audra and a multitude of golden threads undulating off into the distance. For a second time, you gather the threads in your mind and bind them together, forming a solid tether that ripples out toward its distant anchor. Again, a crack sounds from the terminus. Your consciousness is violently pulled along the cord. You are prepared for the sensation this time, but are still disoriented when you come to a sudden stop. You find yourself standing behind a familiar Titanic statue as it trudges through invisible waters. Standing at Aethys' shoulder, your soul is dwarfed by the massive god's form. Energy pulses along the tether, each wave feeding the Audra's movements. He stops. His head cranes behind him, again accompanied by the sound of stone shearing and buckling. His eyes rest upon you. He does not reach for the cord, but considers you for a long span of silence before speaking.
Your first attempt to contact me was brave. This second attempt, is it born out of desperation or something else? Why do you continue to follow me, Watcher of Cadnua?
I want to know what you're doing.
Many Kith would like to know the gods' designs. Why is it so important to you?
The last time you appeared, it heralded the death of thousands.
At first, he does not respond, but there is a wavering from the light within him. A momentary dimming that allows you to see the souls within the Audra clearly.
I never sought violence or death, but Margren and the Hand Occult have ensured that the world believes the madman Widewind tried to destroy the Deerwood and everyone in it. In truth, a war was what I desired, but not one of violence. I sought a war of conscience. If people saw that the ruins so faithfully guarded by the Glanfathans were nothing more than machines the Angwithans had used to turn themselves into gods, what could that mean?
Aethys becomes silent. You can sense his presence advancing back along the cord between you. His energy flows over your hand, tendrils of light probing into the air around you. They poke and prod at the silent lost souls hovering in your vicinity.
You are in a unique position. In spite of the work of the Leaden Key and Hand Occult, you have seen through our facade. You know the god's true nature. Without the benefit of your knowledge, Few mortals would be willing to accept the true history of their gods. After all, we weren't. The last time I walked Aora, I made a mistake in not revealing my true purpose. I believe you would understand it better than most.
I'm honored.
Yes, I will tell you. But this is not the time. As I take this body farther from the lighthouse, the tether grows weaker, and I have already tarried too long. Soon this link will unravel completely. If I have not reached my destination when that happens, I will need to pull more souls from your world.
Well, let's not let that happen then.
I will do my best. Do yours, Watcher.
The edges of Aethys's massive form blur and dissolve. The huge figure retreats from you. As it moves, the tether begins to rapidly unravel. As Aethys speaks, his voice sounds garbled, fragmented, and distant.
If you would know more, find me at the Ashen Maw in Margren's Teeth. I must rest there before I begin my final work. When I leave that place, you will not be able to follow. Before I go, I should return some of this to you. I still have need of the great power of your soul, but I can spare you this portion.
A pulse of energy moves back along the golden cord toward you. It feels familiar, comforting, even before it contacts you. The energy washes over you, flooding you with feelings and memories you had thought long forgotten, until they settle back into the cracks of your soul. And then the tether and cord snap, Aethys's figure evaporating into dust that mingles with the endless gray expanse. Heat rushes over you, and the uncomfortable sensation of the Audra Pillar's presence cuts off. The gloom of the in-between is pierced by the light of the living world. You are back in the lighthouse, no longer dim. The luminous Audra beside you is filled with warmth and light.
Alright, that's going to be the Audra Pillar reactivating. The Naga stare at the glowing Audra, their diamond pupils wide. Guan turns his gaze to you. His body is cautious, half-coiled.
Long have we kept peace with the sand-striped people. But then, the foreign ones came and spread, killed our people, built their hives everywhere. We were sure the Godwalker came to cast them out, that driving them away was a holy mission.
What now?
We must go. I know not what this means, but our brethren should hear of it. You show us something new today, Shuffler. Thank you for this, and for your mercy.
He presses something into your palm before departing. Alright, so that's going to be
Good thinking.
it for this part. I'm actually going to go up to this top here. There's an animal up here. Then we'll check out our inventory. There it is.
I'll handle it for you.
And a bomb. Okay. So let's look at our inventory. We have Strand of Favor, +1 intellect. Okay, so we get additional beneficial effect durations. This actually would be pretty good for me. I get Power Surge with this one, which +1 all power levels. I think I might trade that one out for Jotei. I'll give Jotei this, and I will take this one. There we go. You also got, oh, that's kitchen stove. We already had that one. Okay. And the cat that we got is Carlagon, +5% damage from area of effect attacks, and +5% healing done. That's really nice. It's probably nicer than what we have now. +1 might. +5 reflex. Additional healing. We'll use him later.
For me? Wow.
Something I can do.
Alright, let's go back. We're gonna head down to where we started at. Everybody needs to level up. I'll do that off camera here. I'm gonna head to the very front of this area where we started.
Don't let the door hit your scaly behinds on the way out.
Yeah, I think everybody should be gone now as far as
Another
the
one of your talks there, didn't
Naga
you?
go.
You gonna share details, or do we gotta guess?
You don't look like you're gonna be sick this time, so I take it that's a good sign?
Aothis is heading to a place called Magrin's Teeth.
So what you're saying is we're headed to Mogren's Teeth, right? I'm ready to chase Guan if you are.
Okay. It's strange feeling part of my soul in the body of a god.
Alright then, let's do this.
Okay.
Scale-bellied cowards! I knew they'd run!
Let's talk to her, I guess. I think let me talk to him.
Look at our beacon. Even the Colossus couldn't destroy it. And those snakes aren't so tough now, are they?
I think you mean good job.
Of course.
He finally turns to you.
The Hanzanui will want to thank you personally for your help here. And she should also know what we're up against.
Farewell.
Clear skies.
Let's talk to him.
Light of Aethys be upon you, neighbor. Are you looking for survivors?
Yes, actually my friend is looking for someone we were told might live around here.
Short lady, about my age, came from Deerwood with her son. Let's see, freckles, braids usually. Punches you in the arm if she likes you, face if not. Oh, and that's if you're lucky.
No, that doesn't sound like anyone.
Young man's face remains smooth, betraying neither surprise nor interest. There's someone else we might ask.
I don't think you'll have much luck around here. I know all my neighbors.
We're in the right place. You must know her. She has a son about your age.
You gotta be her son. Got her nose and her freckles. You don't have to lie to me, kid. I'm a friend of your mother's. She hiding from someone? Maybe an ex-lover who gave her the best night of her life?
You're protecting her. We understand.
No, I misspoke.
Forget it. Just tell me something. Your father, you know him?
I'm sorry, who are you?
Let's see, like Edar said, we're friends of your mother's.
Right, friends of Alava's. Yes, I knew my father when I was very young. He was a man of strong faith.
Have to be. You get Alava mad, you need a god on your side for protection.
He was lost to us during the purges, which was how we came to flee here.
So you met him. Well, that's great. You had a dad.
A moment passes with Edar staring at Baron. With a strange, undulating grimace drawn back across his face, he clears his throat.
Where's your mother now? Got a lot of catching up to do.
My mother is with Aethys.
There's a trace of a smile that seems to come with the last word. Edar appears confused. Meaning what exactly?
She passed the veil a few years ago. A flu.
Edar's jaw slackens.
It's possible her soul has taken a new body by now, but if she was truly blessed, she marches instead beside the shining god.
The boy's hinted smile brightens, his eyes far away. Edar's face has gone scarlet beneath his farmer's tan. His nostrils pulsate with each heavy breath.
You lied to us. Said you didn't know her. Expect me to believe this now?
Takes a short step toward Bjorn, who takes 2 backwards. Easy, he lost his mother.
Funny, you wouldn't know it to look at him.
I'm not lying. She's buried on the other side of that hill.
He points northward.
How could she be gone?
Don't be troubled by her passing. All souls that march with Aethys receive his warmth and light.
What do you mean, march with Aethys?
Aethys has come to us twice now. Even Oblivion couldn't slow his march. We shouldn't have opposed his first coming. He meant to rally us under his banner.
I know a lot of Dead Deer Woodens who will be relieved to hear that.
He destroyed then as he does now.
You've got the giant footprint on your back to prove it.
Aethys forced everyone to declare themselves as ally or enemy, nothing more. Now he marches again, and we have a chance to correct our mistake.
Well, that's charitable.
I would like to have joined him when he passed this way, but I was weak. It won't happen again.
You seem confident in a god who's causing a lot of destruction.
You can't build on broken foundations. Real change needs destruction. I trust my god knows better than I do. He knows truths I'll never learn.
And got that right.
I was once lost. I struggled as you do now. But the partisans of the lighted path have restored my faith in Aethys. What greater honor than to march in his vanguard?
Who are the partisans of lighted path?
We began as children of the Dawnstars, separated from each other as we questioned our purpose. But then Aethys granted a vision to Gadarian Bosch. Bosch saw an illuminated path lighten the way through a black abyss.
The words fall from his mouth bulky and awkward, as though someone else had stuffed them there.
And he saw Aethys marching on the path, and Aethys bade him to march alongside.
Not quite how I've been seeing it, but everyone's open to their own interpretations.
And the Shining God told Gadarian Bosch to gather an army of the god's truest followers, and to prepare to lead it into battle.
You'd think after getting blown up, he'd slow down on the battling.
Who does Aethys intend to battle?
We don't know. The end of the path hasn't been revealed to Gadarian Bosch yet, but to the faithful, shouldn't matter.
Eddar, did you get what you needed here? Takes a deep breath, looks around at Bjorn. He nods, tight-lipped.
We can go.
How will you join Aethys when he marches beneath the sea?
It'll be a great journey, but we're prepared. Gadarian Bosch knows the way.
As this Bosch has shown proof of his visions?
Aethys himself has appeared in Deadfire in the form Gadarian Bosch foretold. That's more proof than any of his faithful could ever ask. What fortune to be given this opportunity, to know our God in the living world.
We'll be going now.
Hey, kid. What was your name again?
Bairn.
Right. This lighted path fellow, Bosch. Sounds interesting. There's some way I can meet him?
He's usually on the move, rallying followers. But the partisans of the lighted path often gather in the temple of Aethys in Neketaka. I am soon to go there myself, in fact. There's an adherent there, Ogna, who initiates new partisans. No doubt she'd be pleased to help you. Aethys needs able soldiers, even in their elder years.
Eddar spits.
You should consider what Ogna has to say. It might speak to you. Farewell.
Alright, that's going to be it for this episode. We have completed all of Hasongo, and now we have to head back to Neketaka, which we will in the next episode. In the meantime, I'm going to level up and then move on to Neketaka. So, for now, that's going to be it. I thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.